Hi, welcome to Ask Angela, a short video series in which I answer viewers' questions. And today's question is from Janelle.
Hi Angela. Got your book, very excited. My name is Janelle, and my question is about quilting on a home sewing machine, free arm quilting. I don't have a frame and I don't have a long arm quilting machine, so what stitch length should I be shooting for? Thanks.
That is probably my favorite question to answer because the answer might be surprising. When I first started quilting over 11 years ago, my quilting machine did not have a stitch regulator. It had an on and off switch and a speed button, and that's it. So I learned how to quilt without a stitch regulator. And so we know that means that my stitches were not always the same length. Even now, several years later, after I've upgraded to a Handy Quilter Avante, which does have a stitch regulator, I still don't use it. If you take a look up close at my quilting, you'll definitely see my stitch lengths vary. For the long, more fluid designs, the stitches tend to be longer, and the more dense, tighter quilting designs, such as pebbles, the stitches tend to be smaller. And I was asked one time in a class, don't you care about your stitch length? And my answer was no, I really don't care about my stitch length, or necessarily keeping all my stitches the same size. I figure we have enough stuff to worry about, so why worry about the stitch length as well? Now, I do want to say that I'm not a show quilter, so I don't enter my quilts in shows to win ribbons. I'm talking about your quilts that you're going to use at home. You want your stitches to be small enough that you're not impacting the quality of your quilting. So I would say a range between, 1/16 of an inch and 1/8 of an inch is great, but I figure if you're stressing out about that, you might be worrying too much about that and not so much about the quilting. When it comes to stitch length, the best piece of advice that I could give you is try to find a speed in which you can quilt comfortably, not so slow that you're able to critique what you're doing while you're doing it, and not so fast that you're quilting out of control. But once you find that sweet spot for yourself, that speed that you're comfortable with, your stitches will be consistent enough. So that might not have been the answer that you're looking for, but hopefully it helped you out. And be sure to check back soon for another post in the Ask Angela series. And for more machine quilting tips and tricks, please check out my website, quiltingismytherapy.com. Happy quilting!